Hello, and welcome to my video. I'm Joshua from Duivenvoorde. You can see me at the picture here when I was on holiday. I'm a student at the Hague University, currently doing a blockchain minor. And today I'm going to explain how mining works when proof of work is used and how minting works when proof of stake is used. Those two concepts are how to form a protocol that a blockchain uses. For example, a big one is Bitcoin that use proof of work, and Ethereum will switch from proof of work to proof of stake. But what are the advantages and disadvantages? I'm gonna explain using an infographic of Block Geeks. Here's the infographic. So what you see in the picture, I'm gonna explain proof of work first. Proof of work is done by processors that run specialized software that try to find answers like a Rubik puzzle, and the one that succeeds in finding the answer gets a reward. There are also mining pools. That is when a whole lot of miners come together and use each other's processing power to find the key, the puzzle, and then distribute the reward among each other so they have a more stable income. And 51% attack can be done when a pool of miners grows so big that they have the most, majority of hash power. And that could result in them making malicious blocks and essentially just putting false transactions in a blockchain, which leads to distrust and will collapse the block. And what I already said, the first miner to solve the puzzle gets rewarded, but to take part in the race, you need a special processor, a special computer, and to run the software to make a chance of winning winning that race of making the block first. So proof of stake. Proof of stake doesn't use the race element because there is no competition, and that's because an algorithm chooses and selects someone who is a validator, and it also looks at how much coins the validator has in his wallet. So there's no competition, but to be a validator, there are some uh, requirements. Usually it is for Ethereum, it will be, for example, 32 Ethereum, and for other coins there will be requirements as well, but not computing requirements like in miners, because it doesn't take a lot of processing power to run the software. So there's already an advantage mentioned. A 51% attack could only happen if someone has 51% of the total market cap. It is not likely to happen, for example, with Ethereum, because that would mean that someone would have 100 millions of tokens, worth 100 of millions of dollars worth of tokens, and that would not make the trouble more than the reward. Plus, if malicious behavior is detected, someone's tokens can be scrapped and then they lose their tokens. So what I already said, there is no reward for making a block, so the race isn't there. But there is an algorithm that looks at how much coin someone has in their wallet, and then bases the choosing, yeah, gives a preference to people with more bigger wallets. So pros and cons. A pro of proof of work is that it's has a larger track record, and it's less. It's more. Um, yeah, it is hard to tamper with. And proof of stake, there is some trust you need in the validators, but because of the high, the much processing power it takes to mine a block, proof of work also takes more energy in account than proof of stake. So this is a con of proof of stake. It is always more energy than proof of work is always more energy than or energy consuming than proof of stake. Another difference is that proof of stake usually get rewards also just by staking the coins and being a validator. They are already on monthly basis, and proof of work you get coins only if you manage to find the right block, the puzzle, or you're a member of the mempool can find the answer of the puzzle. The 51% attack on Bitcoin and proof of work system is more likely, but when someone can do the 51%, it happened once before that someone could do it. It is um, it is not in their favor to make the change the block so that the trust is less, because that's not because they lose their job essentially if no one gives value to, let's say, a Bitcoin. So it would be like a one-time thing, and if you have 51% of all the tokens of all the hashing power, then um, you have a lot of computers. So those would essentially be worth nothing anymore because they are already running for the mining operation. And proof of stake has some troubles as well, because you need to trust the validators, and if they are malicious, then they will be punished by removing those coins in the wallet. But if they're malicious and not detected, then they can stay malicious, and they that's a danger. So yeah, that's my explanation of the proof of work versus proof of stake. um, I think proof of work is still the better of the two, but something like proof of stake will be made better, and I think everything will go to proof of stake. Like the majority of all the cryptocurrency will go to proof of stake. That was my presentation. Thanks for watching. Cheers.